Hi everyone, welcome back nudies. It's so good to be back. If you're new here, I'm Celina. This is the place where we strip away our limiting beliefs. I like to talk about manifesting, in particular, the law of assumption. My microphone yesterday was being a pain in the butt, so I intend that this audio is fine because I've just taken her out and we're just filming on my phone. Okay, so as always, my disclaimer, your reality, your rules, so anything I say in my videos, these are just my assumptions of how the law of assumption functions in my reality. Take what resonates, discard what doesn't, you're in charge. Before I dive into today's video, which is a juicy one as always, I want to talk about the upcoming thing that I have going on. So on Wednesday, I've had a few people sign up already. I am doing a 2-week Voxer group chat where we are only talking from the end. This is very experimental in nature, so the price reflects that. DM me on Instagram or shoot me an email if you want to join. It's going to be so much fun. So you're plugging into the group and you're telling us about your amazing day where you already have your desire. So you're telling us about how you spent the day with your SP, you were driving around in your new car, you have your amazing house, maybe you're on holiday, the money is just flowing in more and more. It's pretty much play pretend, but for adults. We're basking in our imagination. We're basking in our godness. That's what we're doing. It's going to be such a vibe. So DM me if you want to join and I will put you as part of the group. So I will be deleting any old story messages, any triggers. We are not about that. This is a safe space. We are talking as if you have your desires currently. And just remember, your imagination is the realest place you want to be. So that's going to be exciting. That's a thing that's happening on Wednesday. Super cheap. I think I've made it like 60 Aussie dollars, which is a bargain for 2 weeks of being in a group chat where it's going to be monitored by me and all that jazz. Okay, so today we're talking about the 4 types of assumptions that you are going to experience, deal with. I want you to have awareness when you are manifesting a relationship or you're a specific person in general. So I like to see it as like a rainbow cake, with like different colored layers. So the 4 types, the first one, let's talk about it. Self-concept, okay? How you are seeing yourself. If you are seeing yourself as someone who is not prioritized, you're not pretty enough, you are not enough in general, like you're too chubby or you're not the right type, like you're not their type, you're annoying, whatever crappy thoughts you're having, that's going to push out. That person is going to be like, oh, I don't know about her, like she's nice, but she's not really my type. Or I don't know about him, like he's okay, but yeah, I'm unsure. Like I've got better things to do. How you see yourself is so important. We already know that. Self-concept is a thing. You need to make sure that you're really on top of that because this person is going to come into your reality, into your experience, and is going to press some buttons and may trigger you. And if your self-concept is not tight, and is not as good as it can be, because we should always be focusing on ourselves. Remember, no one to change but self. Then it's going to be really excruciating, this journey, because you're going to feel wounded all the time. And that's not what we want to do. Remember, you're God of your reality. So first layer, self-concept. The second layer are your perceptions of that person that you're manifesting. For example, if you are thinking that they're stubborn, that they're a ladies' man, that they don't want to commit, they're lazy, they what else? What other crappy things you want to be saying about someone? They're argumentative, they're not calm, they're impatient. However you're seeing that person, they are going to conform to that and show up. So make sure you also, I'm sitting on my legs, so they're kind of dying. Make sure you're not creating new assumptions along the journey. So if you've started manifesting someone and you feel it's taking like a long amount of time, longer than it should, let's say it's been like a couple weeks and they haven't fully conformed yet. And you start saying to yourself, oh, they're so stubborn. Like, look how long it's been. Why are we doing that? Firstly, why are we believing the 3D? And 2, why are we making assumptions and then dominantly thinking these assumptions that aren't going to work in our favor? So that's the second layer. Perceptions of that person. The third layer is going to be perceptions of relationships you have in general. So if you're thinking that, relationships are hard, commitment is really difficult to get, like I always have to do the work in the relationship, I'm never pursued, like all of these things, that's what we don't want to be doing. I want you to have this awareness when you are seeing these limiting beliefs and crappy assumptions, then we really need to redirect our thinking and just be aware that this is causing you to feel stuck in this old version of you who isn't prioritized, isn't chosen, who doesn't feel pretty, doesn't feel good enough, who relationships are hard, like all of that sort of stuff. So we can change this. I'm going to rearrange my seating. Camera is a little bit funny, but that's okay. And then the fourth layer, we'll call it, is your assumptions of the manifestation journey itself. So if you're saying like, it has to take a really long time, so it needs to be 2 weeks so it's been 2 weeks for me to manifest a text message. That means it's going to be like another 2 weeks or another month for them to even ask me out, or another month for them to fully conform. Oh my God, this is taking so long. Why are you dominantly thinking that? Or have I done enough? I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Maybe this manifestation thing just doesn't work. Am I really God of my reality? Like all this crappy thinking you have about the manifestation process and your power as a creator, that's also going to push out. So someone is going to show up, that situation is going to show up as a combination of all these different layers of assumptions. Is this to freak you out and be like, oh my God, I have all these limiting beliefs, I have all these blocks? No, but it's to be aware that when you are recognizing these repeated thoughts, when you're like, hang on, why am I thinking like this? Why am I constantly thinking that they're stubborn? Why am I constantly thinking that this has to take a really long time to manifest? Like, why am I thinking that manifesting an SP is hard? Why am I thinking that I'm never chosen? Why am I believing the 3D? It's having that awareness and be like, okay, I now have the power to choose this, and I'm just going to choose a different thought every single time. You're not stuck in your beliefs, and this doesn't have to take a long time. You just need to fully step into being committed to deciding that you are going to get what you want. You can want something, but if you keep wavering and going back and forth between the 3D is not working, like it's not working, they keep showing up as the old version of them, etc., but then you're like, but I really want this, and you're going back and forth between that, you're just going to feel frustrated, upset. It's going to be excruciating. And if you keep replaying shitty stuff in your head, things that have happened in the past, you need to forgive yourself and forgive them. Am I talking about being a doormat? No. Am I talking about putting yourself in dangerous situations? No. Obviously have your boundaries and standards, but it's also, you don't have to be argumentative all the time with people. We get to choose our battles, and we get to respond in a calm and loving way. If someone is showing up as a version that you don't like, you can be like, okay, no worries. Like, you do your thing and I'll do my thing. And until you calm down, you can reach out to me and apologize. And then you go on your merry way and keep focusing on them as the version that you want. They're going to be over here conforming like the person that they will, because you're God of your reality. So they're going to be conforming, and you get to focus on yourself. You get to focus on your life. You get to do whatever the fuck you want to be doing. Just knowing this relationship is going to happen. Know everything into being, okay? It's very, very simple stuff. It's just where you find it, you're getting stuck, is that you're believing too much of what they're currently doing. You may feel like, oh my God, am I going to let them off the hook if I actually just focus on the wanted version? They should apologize and be punished for what they've done in the past. How can we recreate a new version of them if we keep thinking of that old version? By thinking of this new version, you're not letting them off the hook. They're going to come back to you and apologize and be like, I'm so freaking sorry. I don't know, like what I was thinking, who I was. I will do anything to make it up to you. But in order to get to that stage, you need to be thinking about them as this new version. Forgive yourself. Forgive them. Focus on this new version. If you want to actually manifest this person, you can recreate anyone from scratch, okay? You have the power to do anything. Remember, limitless. Your reality, your rules. So that was today's video. I intend that it was super helpful. I'm not going to make it super long and rambly. Once again, if you want to join this really exciting only talking from the end group, DM me on Instagram. I'm Celina Murillo, or email me. Details will be in the description below. Coaching as always. If you want to get your shit quickly, especially before the end of the year, that's honestly what most people are going to be doing. Is it's going to be like, I don't want to make this an assumption, but November's going to hit and people are going to be like, oh my God, I don't have long till next year. Christmas is around the corner. So let's not panic. Let's actually give ourselves a chance to change our thoughts, get into the habit of thinking and acting as the new version of you, and hit me up before the end of the year. Okay, rant over. Remember, your reality, your rules. You can do this. You can do this. I'll speak to you soon. You know what? I'm going to make up for only having one video this week, and I will actually do 3 videos this coming week. Okay, I'll speak to you then. Toodles. Bye.